Florida. The governor says he's working to secure 1 million more doses of hydroxychloroquine. The medication is set to arrive today and will be sent to hospitals across the state. Last week, the FDA approved its use to treat COVID-19 patients against objections from some in the medical community who say it hasn't been fully vetted. The side effects are said to be harsh. Ultimately, it's supposed to be left up to the patient if they want to take hydroxychloroquine.
The governor is preparing to address the state again this afternoon. He's going to be in Miami along with representatives from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, also other officials from South Florida. That news conference is scheduled to start at 1:15. We will carry it live on air. Also, our free WPTV News app. Indian River County officials say right now they do have enough personal protective gear for first responders, and they are preparing as well, like so many, for a surge in coronavirus patients. The president of Cleveland Clinic Indian River Hospital says they could increase their capacity from 24 ICU beds to 100 if needed. He added they are improving turnout time for COVID-19 test results to a day, and soon will begin offering more instant results. For anyone with questions or concerns, the county's emergency services now has 2 units dedicated to answering COVID-19 calls.
You can't tell by looking outside, but it is definitely a warm and humid day out there. Our temperature is already in the low to mid 80s, and we're going to continue to turn up the heat as the afternoon rolls on. We have these winds coming out of the west-southwest, and that's helping to turn up the heat out there. I don't really even have a breeze to deal with, so it's going to be kind of warm and muggy throughout the rest of your Wednesday. Satellite and radar showing partly sunny skies out there. Our rain chances will stay on the low side today, so a whole lot of sunshine out there with daytime highs reaching the upper 80s to low 90s this afternoon, and it's not until around 8 o'clock that we finally cool off into the 70s. We're going to be close to records this afternoon. The record in Vero Beach and West Palm Beach, 92 degrees, will be in the low 90s this afternoon, so we're getting pretty close. Definitely above that normal of 81 degrees in West Palm Beach and 80 degrees in Vero Beach. We'll take a look at just how long we'll have to put up with the heat coming on up.
High school seniors in Palm Beach County are waking up to some disappointing news. Graduation ceremonies have been canceled at the South Florida Fairgrounds. WPTV News Channel 5's Stephanie Susskind has the latest information from the school district.
This is a moment these students have been looking forward to for so long, walking across the stage to get their diplomas. But the superintendent, Dr. Donald Fenoy, says it was one of the most difficult emails he ever had to write, telling the class of 2020 that graduation would not happen here at the South Florida Fairgrounds as it has for so many classes before them. Now, in his message, the superintendent said that he made this decision because of stay-at-home orders from the state as well as the social distancing guidelines from health leaders. Now, he says that this was a decision he never imagined making until COVID-19 changed our lives as we know it. Now, we spoke with one parent who has a child graduating this year. She says they are just devastated.
Some of these kids have thrived, have including my children, have worked so hard to get a high GPA, to get a diploma, just to walk across that stage. It's rewarding, and in some way, it's closure to a chapter in your life that can't just be closed by a mailed diploma.
Now, the plan is to mail diplomas home to students, but the superintendent says he has not ruled out looking at other ways to help seniors mark this milestone. He says he will be in touch with school principals and student government leaders. Reporting in West Palm Beach, Stephanie Susskind, WPTV News Channel 5.
Unfortunately, it looks like you can cross the Palm Beach International Boat Show off your planner. That event has been postponed indefinitely. It was initially rescheduled for the middle of next month. Organizers say they will reevaluate again next week. Some people are trying to fake their way into the Florida Keys. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office was giving out decals to residents. That way they could re-enter faster. It turns out they confiscated more than 200 phony decals last weekend. Deputies say they will not accept those stickers anymore and will require another form of proof showing residency.
Millions of Americans haven't filled out the census yet, so starting today, the federal government's sending out paper forms to encourage more people to take part. Most of us began getting notices in the mail about a month ago for the once-a-decade head count. Those notices provided information on how to fill out the census online or by the phone. The mail-in form just provides another option. The Census Bureau has suspended field operations because of the coronavirus, and federal officials say it's affected response rates. A free grocery drive later today. Details ahead when today.
Just wash your hands, be sensible, stay safe.
TikTok to sound off as more healthcare workers warn plastic gloves could do more harm than good.
Here's a live look outside. A beautiful day. After the break, another check of the First Alert forecast with Kadia Hall.
New numbers just in on confirmed cases of coronavirus in Florida. Now 15,456 positive cases statewide by county. Still trying to filter through some of these numbers. Here's what we know, though. There are more than 1,200 cases in Palm Beach County. Martin County reporting 101, so one increase from about 10 minutes ago. St. Lucie County with 130. Indian River also seeing an uptick with 63 cases. Okeechobee County, the state health department website now shows 4 cases, whereas earlier it was showing 5.
The Trump administration is trying to get more money to small businesses who are suffering. In the past 24 hours, $251 billion worth of requests have been submitted. It would direct forgivable loans to businesses with fewer than 500 employees. The funding would go to pay salaries, benefits, and other costs like mortgages, rent, and utilities. The proposal still needs final approval from Congress. A lot of small businesses are trying to stay open and keep Floridians employed. WPTV is proud of our new initiative to help connect you and local businesses that are open amid the coronavirus crisis. Be sure to check out We're Open in South Florida. It's a compilation of local businesses still operating. You can find their stories on WPTV.com/open. With skyrocketing unemployment, people are relying a lot more on the Palm Beach County Food Bank, and it's stretching its resources to the limits. Many organizations the food bank depends on are temporarily closed. It makes it tougher to give out the normal goal of 100,000 pounds 5 days a week.
Pre-COVID-19, we had about 125 partner food pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters that were taking care of our community. Right now, we have about 90 active partners.
The food bank says it's making ends meet thanks to generous donors and volunteers, as well as farmers who regularly donate produce.
Today, you can get some free groceries in West Palm Beach. The group Hospitality Helping Hands will be giving out pre-packaged bags of healthy food to people who need it. This is going on from 3 to 7 at 3950 Georgia Avenue. Parents will also be able to get diapers. The Cleveland Clinic is now paying for hotel rooms for Indian River County hospital workers who are treating coronavirus patients. That way, those frontline workers reduce the risk of taking the virus home and getting their families sick. Local hotels have really stepped up too. A spokesperson says this does at this point affect a small number of employees, but they are ready in the event of a surge.
What a way to step up. Students from Seminole Ridge Community High School, they've been busy. They delivered hundreds of handmade face masks to workers at Wellington Regional Medical Center. They spent days working on the project. A lot of them created from donated dental bibs. They also gave out some of the masks to Publicis in the area. A luxury handbag maker here in Florida is using the talents of its seamstresses. They also filled a void, and as Jenna Brewer reports, they're putting their signature flair on the masks that they're creating.
They're in their homes right now. They can't work, but they do have their own sewing machines. They don't have the ones that can manufacture our handbags, but they said they want to stay busy. They want to make a difference. They want to be the difference. And so if we take it on in quantities that we can handle and not make this a business, just make it a give back, they're all for this.
B. Swanky's mission is manufacturing luxury handbags by a team of professional women in above standard factory conditions. But Bauer says calls started rolling in asking if her seamstresses could help.
Ours are up to a standard that they need for the triage level. So in nursing homes for their volunteers and first point of contact, ours are 2-layer, double pleated, up to the standard of that.
We're particularly excited because they are a cloth-based mask, which means that we can wash them, which is great because it will lower the amount of masks we need to be bringing in every day.
Bauer, ever the trendsetter, says safety and functionality are priority, but of course, her masks need to be swanky.
You would be amazed at how much the environment changes when somebody is interacting with a resident with a colorful, kind of friendly looking medical mask versus I can show you that this is one of the other masks we're using. This is a dust mask, basically.
Bauer's team of sewing superheroines are working on filling orders for not just Aviva Senior Living, but Pines of Sarasota Senior Living and even Sarasota Sheriff's Department.
Your glove is now more full of germs than your hand would have been if you washed each time.
More doctors and nurses are coming out against the false sense of security they say we're getting with plastic gloves. This doctor right here made a TikTok video to show how cross-contamination is a big problem. He says another big no-no, people are incorrectly taking off their gloves, using their bare hands to touch the outer surfaces. In our area, first responders have said in recent weeks it is important for the gloves to be turned inside out when you trash them.
Did you see it? The awesome super moon last night, and our pictures from our viewers, pretty super at that. Here's a picture sent in from Sean O'Brien of the moon, capturing kind of a pink glow. It's also known as a pink moon due to the pink flowers that bloom during this time of year. Another great picture sent in from Rick Ortiz from outside his window. Fitzgerald sending in this moon picture here. You can kind of see the moon peeking behind those clouds there. And another great shot sent in from Greg out from Jupiter. We started off this morning pretty mild in the mid 70s, and that kind of paints a picture of how the whole day will be. We're going to be above normal, the average high 81 degrees in West Palm Beach, and we're going to get pretty close to records this afternoon. The record in West Palm Beach, 92 degrees, set back in 2014. We have high pressure building that's producing this west southwesterly flow, and anytime we have winds coming in from this direction, as it moves over that land, it really turns up the heat. So as we get a look at those temperatures compared to 24 hours ago, we're running about 2 to 5 degrees warmer. Not all that bad. Low to mid 80s right now, definitely warm and humid. But just wait, as we head into the next couple of hours, those temperatures are really going to climb. We're talking upper 80s to low 90s this afternoon. So Vero Beach, you could get to 91 degrees today, 91 in Boca, 90s in West Palm Beach. Again, close to records. The record 92 degrees in West Palm Beach this evening, mid 80s. So it's still on the warm side. And then even into the overnight hours, we're talking mild temperatures. Tomorrow morning, starting off the day in the upper 60s to low 70s, and then we'll continue to see those warm daytime highs for tomorrow afternoon and Friday as well. There is a weather changer on the way, a cold front that's expected to push through on Friday. That's going to bring us a 40% chance for rain on Friday. Could bring us a little bit of some rainfall, a quarter to maybe half an inch of rain, and maybe could see some isolated thunderstorms as well. And then we'll see some cooler weather move in for Saturday. It's not a big cool down, but our temperatures expected to drop about 10 degrees from Friday to Saturday. So here's how it all plays out for you. 88 degrees for your Friday. Again, a 40% chance for rain. Pretty warm out there. And then we'll drop those temperatures in the low 80s by Saturday. And then we'll warm things right back up for Easter Sunday. So don't want to leave any of those Easter chocolates outside. It's going to be a pretty warm afternoon out there. This afternoon, upper 80s to low 90s. Winds out of the west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then tonight, we're looking at low 70s, 60s inland. Here's a look at that first alert 7-day forecast. Low 90s today, tomorrow, and then we'll see a little bit of relief by Saturday, but it is short-lived. We're going to crank up the heat by Easter Sunday.